Your Apple Watch is lying to you about your health, and I can prove it in the next 30 seconds. Look, if you're like the 39% of Americans wearing a fitness tracker right now, you probably check your sleep score every morning, obsess over your heart rate variability, and have no clue what any of it actually means. You've spent hundreds of dollars on these devices, but you're still guessing about your health. Today, I'm exposing the truth about Oura, Whoop, Apple Watch, and every other wearable device. You'll discover which one gives you the most actionable data, how to actually interpret those mysterious numbers, and the privacy bombshell that wearable companies don't want you to know about. We're covering the real accuracy of these devices, the privacy nightmare you need to know about, and I'll give you my personal framework for turning wearable data into actual health improvements. Plus, at the 8-minute mark, I'll reveal the one metric that predicts your health better than everything else combined. Here's what the $115 billion wearable industry doesn't tell you. Most of these devices are wrong 20–30% of the time. I tested the same workout on 5 different devices and got 5 completely different results. Your Oura Ring says you got 7 hours of deep sleep. Your Apple Watch says 6.2 hours. Your Whoop says you're in the red zone for recovery. Which one is right? Probably none of them. This isn't just about numbers on a screen. People are making real health decisions based on this data. I know someone who cancelled a workout because their Whoop said they weren't recovered, even though they felt amazing. Another person started taking sleep medication because their Oura Ring convinced them they weren't getting quality sleep. The issue isn't the technology. It's that we're treating consumer devices like medical equipment. These sensors cost $10 to manufacture. Compare that to a medical-grade sleep study that uses $50,000 worth of equipment and trained technicians. But here's what you can trust. Trends, not absolutes. Your sleep score going from 75 to 85 over a week? That's meaningful. The exact number 82 on Tuesday? Pretty much meaningless now. You might be thinking, okay, so the data isn't perfect, but at least it's private, right? Oh, you're about to hate me for what I'm about to tell you. Your wearable device knows more about you than your doctor, your spouse, and probably you. It knows when you have sex, when you're stressed, when you're sick before you even feel symptoms, and when you might be pregnant. And here's the kicker. Most of this data isn't protected by HIPAA because these aren't medical devices. Fitbit was sharing location data with law enforcement. Strava accidentally revealed secret military bases. And get this, some insurance companies are now offering discounts if you share your wearable data with them. What happens when that same data is used to deny coverage later? Recent security audits found that many wearables use inadequate encryption. Your heart rate data is traveling through the internet less protected than your Netflix password. Think about that. I'll show you exactly how to lock down your data in a minute. But first, let's talk about which device actually gives you useful information. I've tested every major wearable for 6 months. Here's my framework: accuracy, actionability, and privacy. Let's break down the big 3. Apple Watch, great for fitness tracking, terrible for sleep. The heart rate is accurate during exercise, but the sleep staging is basically a guess. And privacy? Better than most, but still collecting everything. Best for active people who want workout data and don't mind charging every day. Oura Ring, the sleep king, but overpriced for what it does. Heart rate variability is solid, but the activity tracking is weak. They just raised their subscription price, so now you're paying monthly for your own data. And best for people obsessed with sleep optimization who don't mind the subscription trap. Whoop, the recovery fanatic's dream and nightmare. Most comprehensive strain and recovery data, but the most aggressive about making you feel bad about your choices. Also subscription only now? Best for athletes who need detailed recovery metrics and don't mind being constantly judged by their wrist plot. The best wearable might be none of them. But if I had to pick one for most people, it's actually... Hold on, let me show you something first. 6 months ago, I was checking my Oura Ring every morning like it was the stock market. Sleep score below 80. On day ruined. HRV dropped 10 points. Must be getting sick. I was letting a $300 ring control my mood and my decisions. Sound familiar? Then I discovered something that changed everything. There's one metric that predicts your health, energy, and performance better than anything else. It's not HRV, it's not sleep stages, it's not your resting heart rate. It's something so simple that wearable companies barely track it properly. It's your heart rate recovery after mild exertion. And walk up 2 flights of stairs or do 20 jumping jacks. How quickly does your heart rate drop back to baseline in the first minute? This single metric predicts cardiovascular health, fitness level, and even longevity better than anything else. Here's why this is genius. It's active measurement, not passive. Your resting heart rate can be affected by coffee, stress, or room temperature. But heart rate recovery? That's your cardiovascular system under controlled stress. It's like the difference between checking your car's oil while it's parked versus seeing how it performs under load. Forget the complicated algorithms. Here's my simple framework. Track trends, not daily scores. Look for patterns over weeks, not days. And always listen to your body over your device. Your wearable is a tool, not your boss. And for privacy, turn off data sharing with third parties immediately. Use a fake name if possible. Never connect to employer wellness programs. And here's a pro tip. Put your device in airplane mode when you don't need connectivity. It'll still track everything, but won't upload until you're ready. Use your wearable for 3 things: sleep trends, activity reminders, and that heart rate recovery test I mentioned. Everything else is noise. Set up custom notifications for only what matters to you, and ignore the rest of the data carnival these apps try to create. So remember, your wearable isn't lying on purpose, but it's not telling the whole truth either. Focus on trends, protect your privacy, and try that heart rate recovery test this week. Do 20 jumping jacks, then time how long it takes your heart rate to drop 20 beats. That's your real fitness score. I want to know, what's your biggest frustration with your wearable device? Drop a comment and tell me which one you use and what data you actually find helpful. I read every single comment, and your questions shape my next videos. And if this opened your eyes about wearable accuracy and privacy, smash that like button. It tells YouTube that people want honest tech reviews, not just sponsored fluff.